peace. Angry frustrations I shall release, cause I'm about to let loose the beast. Ha! Hear ye, all you asshole MCs. It's time to throw a party for it's the doomsday of your leader, Captain Ass Crack. If you want protection, play the rear. No man in this world I fear. My sound beats down for your protection. I advise you wear headgear. I spill the beans on Bruce Wayne, known as Batman. Cape no crusader, just your average white man. Who me? I'm Black Man. More superhero than Letterman. I come equipped with joints like these to be the shit, removing the S to the back. And somehow I still make hits. Don't you look around, I leave you stinking like the space between an asshole and clitoris on a 50-year homeless woman. No, ain't that some shit? You bite too many styles, that's not hard to believe. Your captain's Alibaba and you, one of the 40 thieves. Trying mocking, trying to reach my levels like peas when Storm creates obese monstrous mechanisms like this. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because there is no competition. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because there is no competition. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because there is no competition. There is no competition. Competition is none. God bless the child who sparks it off like the sun. Ha! You don't understand. I be black man changing like a chameleon. I worth every bit of 6 million. MC rotisserie, they call me the colonel. From spirit the six spice that brings about death, downfalls, and funerals. I do you stunt MCs like Knievel with my evil. Ask my lord, he broke the mold and made me the unbeatable. I am the shepherd when rhyming, bringing silence to the lambs. Clary's with father beans in the nice candy, crumbling kingdoms that have the rulers resort to ruling shanties. Bring your crew, send them in the twos. I'm Noah. In the ring, I do him Apollo Creed. Ivan drag off the Balboa, constricting rhymes around neck, stopping breath, foot on neck. He can't breathe. Pierre, bring on tombstones and soft soil. Be all you can be. It ain't much. Ask any GI, I'm the builder, gets them caught up in the clutch. There's no survivors when they fuck around with the do or diver. Oh my God, Rizzo Rizakin is the wire. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because there is no competition. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because of no competition. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because there is no competition. There is no competition. Competition is none. God bless the child who sparks it off like the sun. I clash like the Titan, took him harder than the Kraken. Stole by the head of Medusa. Beat this maneuver. Styles of grains of challenges like the industrial Hoover. I get them open like butt cheeks on a porno freak. Have them screaming something terrible like sorority grease. I be the greatest killer of all time. These must I get about to leave him KO on couch longer than Rip Van Winkle. With a flash, you hear his tongue that clashes clay like Cassius Hinkle. I land on them seas like abandoned islands. Sending out SOS, some old shit you ain't heard before. Leave the fifth mark, you're soft as fur, man. I hit homers and run like OJ, spilling a Bronco on the highway. Boy, you lying MCs sure are dandy, so I cross-pollinate to make you daffy lying pussy. Wallowing in a field of crabgrass ass rappers, tell them to run, oh my God. Here comes Kid Law. Go tell your mama.
This little old man on the liquor tom-tom, he's got mad flavor, banana with a humby diggy he don't. Abdul is about to come. Feel the rhythm that I give him and the wisdom that I drop. You can't stop it, can't top it. Take a biscuit, sop it. It's ethereal, quite literal, more advanced than fiber optics. The truth that I flip may cause inflictions. I rip the script with conviction. I mean this. Alright, I grip the mic like the kind of fiendish. Malik A. Willow B. Super genius. It's science and mathematics that allow me to say this. Not an ego, let's say we go back to Uraeus. You raw us, Uraeus. Flee the chaos and confusion. Stimulating the five senses is not a mere illusion. Love and wisdom is art, put it together like fusion. Soldiers poised us out to give a new world a contusion. Humby-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Humby-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of 6 gods in the mix. Humby-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Humby-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of 6 gods in the mix. Heretics and some critics, they say we rank first. We're not the baddest of the bad, nor the worst of the worst. We strive for some embodiment in harmony with the universe. So weathered, we're unmovable like Mount Kilimanjaro. Africans will laugh again, so I say no sorrow. We are the people of the day before yesterday. We are the people of the day after tomorrow. I have a dream someday that our youth will be walking down the streets, contemplating, nibbling on ginseng roots. Giving hell to those who aren't hard for sure, but for show. Pretending what you hadn't thought but said and didn't know. Claiming sex on the day sign society's got you snared. What the hell is that sign language? For the
tell your family and friends.
Impaired, I'm
gather
not a player
around the digital fire, because we're about to set this motherfucker ablaze.
I'm hailing from the sun.
Man, it's time for us to have this talk. Man, because the thought hit me this morning. I said I gotta. Oh man, no, you can't do this one, but I got to. Why is organized religion and mass media beating the pants off the woke conscious community every time? How is this even possible?
Become more mindful. Godliness pierces the blindfold. Now take it to the line so you can't check this. I pumps courage to the chest when suckers come for test. And when they come for test, there's no need to press a 9. I've got to buck a sucker with great outflux of the mind. My clairvoyance is a product of mind sight, creating foresight instead of hindsight. My buoyancy is a reflection of my hardship. I've been through much, and I'm beyond death. My legacy is a reflection of my godship. I hold a tight grip until my last breath. Hum-ba-diggity, hit-dum, I'm hailing from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit-dum, I am the sum of none but one, composed of 6 gods in the mix. No gimmicks, just a few turntable tricks, executed by DJ Superman top-notch. More vision than Blackwatch, he steps upon the heads of DJs like a quick game of hopscotch. Wherever the top drops, then we must begin with musical sustenance. True, that comes through the eye of the storm, though cosmic in fact. This child's tracks are produced in his humanoid form. We are the sum of none but one.
Women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her.
The warrior learns the way of value.
As a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the golden fleece is
by
a black
cultural
woman,
values.
The woman who marries
LadyWarriorsOP.com. That's LadyWarriorsOP.com. After 75 years of organizing in our community, our elder Dr. Mariba Kelsey put together a document for discussion, helping us get to some of the bottom line issues that we are having in building organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you 11 steps, considerations for empowering African-centered organizations. Get your copy at MaribaKelsey.com. Again, that's MaribaKelsey.com. It's time for us to get it popping. Let's go.
Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic. Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on. Drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Take a breath. Now, grab Grab your glass for some water.
Grab your glass.
Lift your pitcher of that water.
Or bottle.
Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink
Or
your
should
water.
I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
Or should
water.
I say, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors.
Toast.
Raise your glass and toast your
Let's
ancestors.
toast.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
Or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on. Pour it.
Move your body.
Move.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. God, family, it is time for us to do the toast, and we're going to have this conversation today. And the question that is on the board, the question that hit me hard this morning is, why does organized religion and mass media beat the hell out of the conscious and woke community? The conscious and woke folk. Can somebody please tell me? You know what I'm saying? Because we really need to have this conversation, because they're doing some things, family. So I'm going to tell you right now, because the reason this came up, because I was thinking that, because I was hearing some comments, because Pastor Clark was invited to several of these community meetings that they were having with the police force and the mayor and stuff like that. And people are like, why are they calling on him? And the only thing I can say is, why not? You know, I mean, because like I said, he has a congregation of thousands that are willing to give 10% of their income to what they believe in. They have investment and own property and have regular meetings. So why shouldn't he? Because after all this is over, the church will still be standing.
And the church will still be interacting with our community. Oftentimes, because, like, you know, I'm one of those. I'm like, I got this from a sister the other day. I was talking to, a sister the other day. And she used a term with me, a smorgasbord. Right? I'm one of those. I'm like her, because she said, you know, I don't claim to be a Christian. I don't claim to be a Muslim, but I just got get done doing Ramadan. I pray every day, but it's like a smorgasbord that we have over here, and I'm picking up all of the stuff off the smorgasbord that makes me feel good when I consume it. I said, damn, that's a dope metaphor. You duly note that shit has just been stolen. I mean, when people come up with good ideas, I let them know. Hold on, let me fix something real quick. Well, anyway, I'm one of those that believe in the smorgasbord idea, right? So, you know, because I've been doing that shit for years. I just didn't have that metaphor. You know what I'm saying? Hell, somebody found a way to express how I've been living my life. Like, that was dope. It's been stolen. That is now a Gye-Nyame journey affirmance, or whatever it's called, whatever. Well, anyway, so and I start thinking, I've been thinking that way a very long time. So people would kind of condemn some of these big churches, right? But then, you know, because I would have a discussion, you know, piss people off. Sometimes that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's what I do, right? And I would ask the question, what make you a better nation builder than Pastor Timothy Clark? Or a better elder than Pastor Timothy Clark? As an elder or a nation builder, I don't know how old the brother is, but as a, you know what I'm saying, he has an organization that employs maybe something like 70 people. That organization up under his leadership went from the church over on the east side to the church out south that sits on somewhere around maybe 5 miles of land or some shit like that. Right? They built housing for families and elders. Right? I mean, they basically got an educational institution inside the building. So what make your style of nation builder, or what you consider yourself as a nation builder, what make you, or you as an elder, what make you feel that you are any better than Timothy Clark? So we have some stuff to learn from these large institutions. We have some stuff to learn from some of these traditional black institutions. And for us to walk away from that is foolish. So let's talk about why they always beat the hell out of us, right? Because I want y'all to think about this. Every now and then, we get people that are frustrated with the church that come into what we do. But they always end up going back to the church. What is the church providing that those of us that are woke or conscious are not providing? It's very easy. It's not that complicated. We just have to be a little bit bolder in what we do. I'm going to suggest that they give inspiration and you give information. They use myth and you use facts. Right? I'm just saying. You flaunt knowledge, they flaunt belief. I'm just saying. We have to really look at what we're doing. And we have to start setting it up so that our people can receive what they need from what we're doing. Obviously, we're not getting it, because think about this. As a voting block, Timothy Clark is a powerhouse in the city. and damn near any high-ranking member in his church is a powerhouse in this community. So somebody out of that church could say, look, I'm running for city council. And I'm looking, and if Timothy Clark look at him in a sense to be like, give them the nod, they almost got 4,000 votes already. But in the conscious community, Brother Hatim be like, I'm running, I'm throwing my hat in the ring. Shit, I got about 12 votes. My fault. I might got about 18. What are we building? And so I mean, and not as an insult, not to start fuck it, let's start arguments, because we really have to talk about this, right? You know what I'm saying? Because to be part of the church, you have to make a sacrifice. Well, what's that sacrifice, Brother Hatim? You're gonna have to sacrifice some time, and you're gonna have to sacrifice some money. See, and please understand, that's not new. That's not new to African concept, because hell, my favorite proverb, which is the third one in the African openings to the tree of life, basically taught me that those who are not willing to sacrifice shall not be fulfilled. Period. That period. We have one of the reasons we getting our ass kicked by all these other organizations, right? Because we got more people arguing about what type of metal Tony Stark's Iron Man suit is made out of than talking about our history. I'm just saying. Why? Because they doing the same thing that the church is doing. They're doing the same thing that that is the mass media. They're taking, because they understand the power of myth, and they use the power of myth, and they use the power of belief. So somebody's already on the line. Let me go on, and I forgot to open up the black line, so y'all got to forgive me. I get kind of excited, but listen, family, we as a community really got to sit down and have this conversation, and I know it's gonna be uncomfortable, but it's some shit that we're doing that is not working. How is it that we have been conscious this damn long, but yet we don't have the power to put somebody in office? When something happens downtown that's dealing with black folks, why is it that some of us are not sitting at the table? Or one or two of us are not sitting at the table? It's because we're not following certain practices that other organizations do. You could dog the church if you want. You could dog the mosque if you want, but they have been around for thousands of years. Why? Because they're based on a model. They're based on a model that come from us. And somehow we have forgot and we have left that behind. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we already working on that, Tiandra. I forgot to remind you about that while you was prophesizing to your brother. Because I just happen to be watching your live, and if you want to smoke your black, and I was like, oh my God, not another psychic sister in my life. No, God, now I got to watch what I'm doing again. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So, let me open up the conference call, because somebody waiting up in there. I'm sorry. I forgot. I knew it was something I forgot. But we're going to open up the lines. But before we get into the conversations, family, I'm not going to put the number out right now, even though most of y'all know the number. I want us to go on and do what we come here to do on a daily basis. We come here to pour our libations, and then we're going to chop it up. So now, I got some of that ambrosia. Yes, it's a lot heavier this time. Yes. So now I'm gonna be mixing up. Let me tell you what I'm going to. I got some elders that ordered red, so they will have their red. I have elders that have ordered. I got one elder that ordered a coffee ginseng, and he's gonna have his coffee ginseng, right? And then I got another elder who like a little fruit mix. So, and he told me to mix it up. So this time we're gonna do mango lime red. So it's gonna have the same thing with the red, but it's gonna have a little bit of mango and some lime in there. And I'm about to set that up and get all that brewing, and then me and my daughter's gonna get up and get out of here. So you know, what it say? I'm going. Come join me soon, Black Mama. Hold on. Tiandra got some announcements. You don't have to remind me. She said, you don't have to. 143 BC. I am you, girl. You know I. Put me at the table. Okay. You in me be hot Tim. What, girl? I can't read the young people language. You don't have to remind me. Okay, I can read that one. She got, okay, Black Mamas Liberate. Hold on. Say Black Mamas Liberate. Join me soon. Uh-oh. She gonna be doing something. I'm going live. Not today. Love you. Drink your water. Breathe. All right, cool. So any other, let me check and make sure I ain't missing none over here. I'm sorry, fam. I'm just slipping today. But we about to go and do this toast. So the Ambrosia's orders will be ready. Anybody that want the original is ready to go right now. All I got to do is put them in the bottles. So if there's anybody out there that want to try the original, I got it. Now I need to warn you, right? I need to warn you. This one is super sweet because I done changed the process, and now I got a double honey process. But all the honey is raw. So, and it should help a little bit with allergies and all that stuff like that. You could go and do your own research on it. But let's go and pop the top. Let's see what happens. God damn. Okay. All right. Now y'all know I don't like mine filtered. That shit might have to change. Hey, can I get a paper towel? Can I get some help here? That's that ambrosia mud shit. Lord have mercy. You want to try it? See if you give me another quart. Or go wash that off.
Can I get some?
Yeah.
You said it was mud?
That ain't mud. This the probiotics at its rawest. God damn. I didn't expect it to pop up out the bottle like that. How you like it? It's different, huh? Give me another paper towel. You brought me one. And some water. I need a wet paper towel. Please. Oh, I thought something got on my computer. I was about to flip the. All right. Come on, girl. I'm on the show. It's real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Shouts out to Crystal Smith. I see you out there. Who else out there so I can give y'all some shouts out? Now, for those, you got one that's wet. I need the wet one. Those that have ancestors that they want to add to the list, by all means, please do put them on the timeline right now. We'll write them down and know that your ancestors will be toasted every day. Sometimes late, though. Hey, can I have another paper towel, please? Yeah. I mean, come on, work with me. So let's get this toast popping. Did Eddie get on the ceiling?
You want this?
Ooh, yeah, that's even better. Thank you, baby. See, I love what my babies be thinking, man. Lord have mercy. All right. Got to clean up just a little bit. So this is going to be powerful this time. So like I said, those that want to try the ambrosia or whatever, let me know. Talk to me. Because we got the DigiFest coming up too. All right. Put this back down. So I know now that when I had that stuff at top, it's going to be the first shit that blow up out of it. Wow. That's interesting. All right, cool. So we're going to do our toast. Any ancestors, any new ancestors to add? No? All right, well, I will text in I will put in the in all of the links. The number, once we get started, we're gonna run through this. We're gonna run through this toast real quick, and then we will move to our conversation. And like I said, family, remember, you don't got to agree with me. We can argue, and you can hang up, or I can hang up on you. We still family. Shit, it don't make a difference. The only thing I'm challenging people to do is I want us to think, and I want us to think about some things differently, right? Especially those of us that's organizing and those of us that really want to change the world, because it's some shit that's been working for thousands of years that sometimes we just jump right past it. Those of you that have been in the church, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the power those people who have really experienced the spirituality that pops off in the church. When the spirit is really moving, you know that it's real. So what is it that we're missing? Why is it that in our study groups, we might not get that fever, that energy that comes from a truly spiritual situation? Why is it in our talk groups we might not get that? And I ain't talking about one person getting it. I'm talking about where you see a whole room infected by an energy that you cannot explain. That is a powerful thing, and it's missing in a lot of the stuff that we do as conscious and woke individuals or groups. It's missing. That's the one thing. That's one of the things that caught me with Simba. Family, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I have seen the spirit roll through a room. And if you have not, I'm telling you, it is something incredible. It is a power that is undeniable. When you can see it hit, you can see where it starts, and you can see it roll across the room. And it's like you could see this energy going across the room, affecting everybody in the room. It's nothing like it. We don't have it. But I bet you people get to experience that at some of these churches. I bet you some of those mosques, some of those people get to experience it. We talk about the ancestors. Like I said, we talk about it. We don't get to experience them. We talk about this ancient spiritual knowledge, but we don't get to experience it. You could talk about, and you could dog the mosque, and you could dog the church all you want, but they get to experience their shit. Right? You know what I'm saying? They get to emotionally get attached to it. And they get to see it work. It's powerful, family. And we missing out on it. Because we got all the tools. We got all the tools. But what we doing with them? And once again, we giving facts. Not inspiration. Right? Giving facts, giving information, but not giving the people anything to believe in and move towards. You know, sometimes I be thinking, brother, I tell you might have made the wrong choice. Brother, I tell you might have made the wrong choice. Right? But I say, hell no. I put my head back down. I say, we gonna get it. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. All right, but anyway, let's get this toast on. First off, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute. And we say, Ashe. Once again, for anybody that have any ancestors to put on the list, by all means, type them in now. I'll be able to write them down, and they will be toasted and saluted every day, and honored every day. Also, family, those of you that are on right now, like and share. Yesterday morning, the family hooked me up with 9 shares. Family, Please don't underestimate your power and your ability. Your share says to the algorithm out there that you value what we doing here enough to share with everybody on your timeline. To put it on your timeline and make it visible to other people. We got to start learning how to use this power. That's some of the stuff that's going to be coming on Gye-Nyame Journey, where we talk about how to really use this social media thing rather than having it used against us, right? But anyway, here we go. So then we lift up our glass, and where we going from here, Brother Hatim? Very simple journey. We're going to our ancestors, our personal ancestors. We're going to lift them up. We're going to raise them up. We're going to salute them. As we do here on the journey every day. I'm proud to say, family, we 4 years deep. 4 years deep, right? So we're going to lift up our ancestors. I'm going to go as far as I can, then I'm going to pull out the sheet. Family, we got Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Tex Anna Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gaston, Aunt Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, No More Ex, Pet Maya Ra, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy right there, girl. Pulling in the Luxor Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sel Well, Levita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Nada Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Eric Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keach DeReese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie E. Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Ernestine Johnson, Frankie. Oh, damn. I was on the road. Hold on. Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S. Johnson, L. Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Ward, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinez, Elder Amatel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs, Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs, the second minute Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brandon Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amica Russell, Dini Monayes, Gina Roop Jones, Jana Callahan. From there, family, we move on to William Walter West. Nigella Parrish, Elder Pasigi Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanner, Barry Wilson, Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradling, Kevin Spradling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ida Catney, John S. Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nayland Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word, the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Luke Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, Georgia and Hallie Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kim of Vernon, Bradley Kim, J.D. Harry, Tubman Case, Mrs. Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Senior Melanie Miller, Housey Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Needy Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Urchin Houston, Lillard Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, in West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bed Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Froggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.A. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easy, Rayshawn Easy, Javon McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shechem Aha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Imania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Here we go. Where are we? All right, we have our black book. We are on Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known lovingly as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair. We got Anthony Brown. We got Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundum, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Tremonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Cameron Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sally Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lunkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner. Khalid is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner. Demetrius Lewis Flynn, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilly, Angeline Gass, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jassandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey. We got Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T.L.R. Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Tooth the Don, Saber Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanita Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Bittle, Lavonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesland, Inez Smith, George Gamble, Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh. Family, we raise our glass in celebration of each and every last one of our ancestors. And once again, I want to thank you for trusting me and putting your ancestors on the list so that we could go on and continue doing this work by saluting them. Because, you know, there was a proverb I ran into years ago that said, hell for African is being forgotten. So we strive here at Gye-Nyame Journey to help you in the process of constantly remembering your ancestors. We raise up our glass and we say, from there, family, we move to the present moment. Right now, we are on Kuumba. We want to give all of the Kuumba born a round of applause. Anime has been mad at me. Yep. Anime has been mad at me. For those who don't know, I have a pet phoenix, and her name is Anime. Right? Anime is like, she been on point, but I have not been calling on her like I used to. So I need to remind you, you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, in the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Though on Instagram, y'all can't hear that. That's a phoenix cry. This is a Heart of a Simple production. And, of course, you know right now, this is the Toast&Talk Kuumba. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. That's how I can get around this right now. Try to figure out how to get you on OBS without fucking up my whole system. You know what I'm saying? Because to get Instagram on the OBS, I would have to shut everything else down because it would only film for, I can't do that. Can't do it. All right. But anyway, family, so back to the toast. So right now, family, we are on Kuumba, and as I usually do, I want to ask each and every last one of you, turn on your reticular formation. It's time for us to start seeking out our principles. Every day, not only did we change the day of the week, now we need to expand the task. We need to expand the responsibility. Every day, we got to find our principles. Every day, because they're out here, right? And we miss them. What's up, Sister Sharika? How you doing, baby? Right? But anyway, you know, we got to find our principles. And the principle of the day is Kuumba. I am challenging you to find some Kuumba in your life. Go outside of sports and music, please. Because we creating in all types of ways. Some of y'all get in that kitchen and y'all create some shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it ain't absolutely nothing in the kitchen cabinets, and you show your Kuumba. Take a picture of it and hashtag it. Kuumba found. Kuumba used. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag Kuumba used. You know what I'm saying? We have to start flooding the internet, especially the spaces where we are, because you could put it on your timeline, you could put it on Gye-Nyame Journey. Then you go back to the other fuckery that you might post up. If you do that, I mean, but like I said, we need to start flooding the internet. We need to start flooding these social networks with sightings of our principles so that we can always remind those of us that are out here doing the work that we're not alone. Do you know how hard it is when you be looking around and it's like you by yourself, but family, we need to remind ourselves that we're not by ourselves. And we could do that by setting up places where we could pick up our phone, and not only can we partake in some of the fuckery and bitchcraft that's going on there, but have a location like Gye-Nyame Journey Media where we could come and we could go on and post up something that's thought-worthy, or be like, damn, put a like on something. Damn, this dude, that rice and beans combination that he put together sound very interesting. That's very creative. Thumbs up. Right? So I'm asking you to go out and find our Kuumba. It's out there for those that don't speak the language. And if you don't speak the language, you need to sign up for our free e-course. FreeGNJeCourse.com. FreeGNJeCourse.com. Join the tribe. Or at least be on the fringes. Know what we're talking about, right? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it goes deep. goes deep. Like I said, I'm trying to create those church-like experiences, right? You know what I'm saying? So that you not only can know something, but you can feel it in your soul. See, that's what we missing. That's what the conscious and the woke crowd is missing, right? You know, people know shit, but they don't feel it. They don't, it's not something pulling them. It's something pulling people that get them up every Sunday to go to the same place, or pull them every Friday to the same place to do a certain task. It's something pulling them, and it's holding them. And we don't reproduce that in our community. We don't reproduce that in our crowd, because in many cases, we can't even call it a community. We got to call it a crowd. I'm just saying. You know, and if I'm wrong, call up and check me. Don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? Because we do the work. And that's not the question. We do the work. We out here doing the work. And it ain't just Gye-Nyame Journey doing the work. And it ain't just how we doing the work. It's other organizations out here that's doing the work. But how do we hold on? How do we recruit? How do we grow? How do we get people that's so committed? Because I want y'all to think about the power of the church, as well as the nation or Islam. People give 10% of what they make to these institutions. 10%. Can you buy that? Can we beat that? Because we got a lot of people that's talking black, but we got very few of them donating 10% to it. 10%? What? Are you serious? But all I'm saying, those who are not willing to sacrifice should not be fulfilled. It says it in the Bible. It says it in the Quran. There is a certain sacrifice that everybody that is a member of that community has to make in order for that community to function. And you know what that 10% enables that community to do? To have their own spokesperson or multiple spokespersons. Ain't that kind of what I've been trying to throw at y'all for the last couple of weeks? How are we gonna get free when people when the people that's working for freedom work for free? You got too many frees in that goddamn sentence. I'm just saying. In churches, people make sacrifices. Sacrifice of time. Right? Am I lying? Am I wrong? They make a lot of sacrifices. Oh. Conscious community, we make a few. And some of us make a lot. But in church, a lot of people make sacrifices. In the conscious community, in the woke group, some of us make large sacrifices. Everybody else coast along and have opinions. Well, I think we need to shut up. Shut up. We're looking at the roster. I mean, really, because really at the church, when somebody start raising the funk, they can look at the roster. Hold on. You don't got no say so. We heard your opinion, but we see your actions. God loves Brother Kwame say, God loves a cheerful giver. All right? God loves a cheerful giver. I understand that this keeps, see, because I don't want to go too deep, but we got to understand the roots of the idea of the church, of the temple, of the mosque. What are they rooted in? Family, because a lot of times we jump right over that in the conscious community and we start moving on some other shit, not realizing that we're not touching the unconscious of our people. There's an unconscious. There's a subconscious. Churches touch the unconscious as well as work on the subconscious. We want to just fuck with the conscious. Churches grab you in your dream state and your state beyond dreams. Temples grab you in your dream state and your state beyond dreams. And they grabbed a collective consciousness that have existed for a very long time. And all we try to grab in the conscious community, us conscious folks and us woke folks, we only trying to grab the conscious state. They grab the unconscious, the subconscious, and the collective unconscious and the collective subconscious, and is able to guide it. We got all the science. They just using the old rituals and doing shit that they saw their grandparents do. And they're being more effective. Come on, family. Come on, family. You supposed to be better at some shit when you doing it consciously. At least that's my theory. I've often been wrong. But anyway, back to the toast. So right now, we want to lift up our glass in this present moment and remember the power of this moment, because this moment never goes away. Right? We always exist in the moment. The moment is a very, very powerful, and it's a paradox. And in this paradox, or however you want to call it, we have a gift and possibly a curse if we don't use it right. In this moment, we could decide to make changes. We could decide to build. We could put a lot of shit in motion, or we just sit on our ass and not do nothing and give away the space and time that our ancestors struggled to hand to us. So in this moment, we raise our glass. We salute this moment. We salute the power of this moment. We salute the responsibility of this moment. And those of us that are truly part of Gye-Nyame understand our responsibility in that, and we will direct this moment towards where it's supposed to be directed. We raise our glass and we say our shake. From there, family, where do we go? It's very simple. It's a very simple journey. Are you ready? All right. From here, we move to our future generation. We move to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We lift up our glass and we salute them, understanding that we have a promise to keep to them, which means that we're going to have to take full advantage of this moment, family, full advantage. Are you doing it? So we lift up our glass for the future and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We move to all of our relations. We lift up our glass. We say, Ashe. From here, we move to that selfish toast. This is for those of you that's out there doing that work. Those of you that's in there doing that work. We lift up our glass and we salute you and we ask, what is it that you need in this moment to move forward? What is it that you need in this moment to move towards your greatness? What is it that you need right now to take full advantage of the moment that's been given to you, that you've been given stewardship over? We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Last but not least, family, and here's the best part of the toast for me, because I want to salute. And I want to lift my glass up to the most beautiful, the most magnificent, the most wise, the most intelligent, the strongest, and the wisest individual in the room. I lift my glass up to you. Yeah, you. Don't be shy now. And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, and joy. Right? I'm going to sip. Let me see how this tastes. Hot damn. Summer in the city. Oh my God. All right. Lines are open. The black line is open. Let's go. Let's get it. It's time for us to get to talking. Hold on. Black lines are open. I'm going to let y'all know. Bow. Call in. There you go right there. You can call in. The number is The black line, let me go and make sure they get it right. The black line is open. You can hit us up at 614-556-4535. Now, those of you who are on Instagram and you want to stay involved, you can hear most of the stuff and most of the conversations. If you call in, you just let us know you don't want to talk. You just want to listen in because you want to hear what the people are saying, because you only hearing part of the conversation on Gye-Nyame Journey. Boom, that's how you do it. You just call in and you listen. Or you get on our Discord, right? Because I could share the Discord, but I ain't going to do that right now. That might cause some confusion. So let me go and make sure that we got it over here on our Spreaker. Let people know. Call-in lines are open. The black line is open. The black line is open. Don't be scared. Don't you do it. Don't be scared. You know, I know. It could be intimidating because we've been getting a lot of hits lately. But don't be scared, family, because you might have the one question or the simple answer that might lead us to being able to get what we need to move into the 21st century. We just got another post up. I just seen it. Hold on, let's see. Peace. I haven't been getting texts anymore. I need to know. We had to kill the black line. It was costing too much. I was able to maintain it a little bit longer once people start coming on, but we started using our resources to move in different directions. Right now, you can sign up for our Discord. And in our general message, I sent out a text through that. And if you got Discord on your phone, then you will be able to receive the text. The black signal in the way we was doing it was costing about $100 a month, and it was not. There was no the ROI was crazy. I mean, it was just like, as a matter of fact, Sister Regina, shouts out to you. Ujima Born right there, family. Let's give her a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who know Ujima Born. If I say Ujima Born, she know what I'm talking about. In our Discord, because what I'm trying to do is, in the Discord, we have room set up for the days that people was born on. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see, I want to eventually be able to get to a point where we are having full conversations in our day rooms. You know what I'm saying? Coogee Chagalia, of course, is going to have to live his room. And I know you're going to disagree with that, Sister Regina, because you're going to get up in there and set it off in the Ujima room. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You know, because you can set that room up and only people born on that day could get in there and talk, unless y'all invite a person in for a little talk or something like that. Then y'all can just boot them out. They weren't born on that day. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, this day piece was something that was structured by our ancestors and was used to actually kind of categorize and kind of help people identify where their talents were. Like I said, once again, all you got to do is that wisdom mining, and you'd be surprised what you get. All right, Instagram, y'all about to leave us. I want to wish you peace. If you want to continue watching us, go to gnjmedia.live, gnj.media.live, or you could call in on 614-556-4535. That's the black line. I want to thank y'all for joining us. Y'all keep it moving. Y'all might have the livest room. Ujima gonna be too busy building. I feel you. Uh-oh, now she done threw out another challenge. She say she too busy building. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, but family, now, all of us could do what we can. And that's all we could do. All right, but the black signal, I had to kind of, I had to let that rest. And, or in the way it was, you could get on Discord and you could go and get the daily when I'm sending out the text, because it's still a text going out. It's just a matter of how the text is going out. It's a lot. Actually, it's 50% cheaper using Discord. Actually, it's almost free. Let me put it that way. But we got a few bells and whistles in that room, because with Discord, we could set up private streams and stuff like that. So it's a nice little piece. But anyway, So get into the discussion of the day. What's the discussion of the day, Brother Hytel? The question I asked is why organized religion beats the woke and conscious folk or conscious crowd every time. Every time. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? You know, because and I want to have that discussion without getting into some of our negative views of that institution. What I want us to do is to compare and contrast and look at some of the stuff where we will be able to pull down and use in our organization, because regardless of whether you agree with the church or not, they have been able to hold our people for a very long time. As a matter of fact, a lot of the movements for our people to move to at least move where we have moved in this country have come from churches, right? We got to understand what the original purpose of a church was. Y'all do understand that the original reason for a church is to build community. That was. I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say that it still ain't happening. But the church was a central place where people were able to meet and also worship. It's a cultural institution. It's a cultural institution because religion is a result of culture. I'm just saying. I mean, that's me, and I could be wrong. Maybe there's a religious expert out there. This is my thought. You know what I'm saying? Because out of religion came possibly the first banks, possibly some of the first social service agencies. You know what I'm saying? Because the church serves the community to keep the community alive. That's what it's for. And even in some cases, provide protection. Hence, deacons of defense. Hence, the role of the deacon. I'm just saying. Is it something that we as a so-called woke or conscious crowd can learn from a religious community? And when I say community, I ain't talking about just one of those strange places where you go and you got, hell no. I'm talking about some of the, like, for example, Timothy Clark's church. Timothy Clark's church moved from the east side over to the south side, over there by the skating rink. They bought all of that land over there that reaches all the way back, almost all the way until you get to I-70. Their church employs maybe somewhere around 70 people. I could be wrong. Somebody out there might know the numbers, but they employ. There are actual people whose job is to make sure that church is running and make sure that the church is serving the community. How? What do they know? What do they got that we don't got? Huh? They motivate people to pay at least 10% of what they bring in to their life to the church. So you have individuals that a lot of us laugh at and be like, they're not conscious, they don't know nothing, but they're able to do sacrifices that knowing individuals, you motherfuckers that actually know some stuff that you're smart as hell, that you're not able to do. They show a level of commitment that you're not able to do. They help the community in ways that you're not able to do. You might say it's misguided, but they still willing to put up. They're willing to sacrifice, even if it hurts them. Some of our choices some of our choices are the same, but theirs is even different than ours, because some of us might think about, well, I can't take this trip because I might not be able to pay this bill. They look at it and be like, some of their choices are like, shit, if I pay my tithes, I might not be able to pay my electric bill. Electric bill? Tithes. I think I'm going to pay my tithes. And sometimes I got to wonder if some of these communities might be actually more woke than us. Come on in. It's open, 614-556-4535. Come on, let's talk. Because we really got to talk about this. We really got to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, being part of the Columbus community and being involved on the level that I'm being involved for almost over 20 years, over 25 years possibly. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like, you know, and then like, because if I compare it to one of my, to like somebody with the same age as me that has been involved with a church. Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, think about it. I mean, there's no comparison. There is no comparison. He belongs to a group that bought property. He belongs to a group that basically has an employee, or maybe 2, or maybe 3. He has members that show up on a weekly basis, and they do volunteer stuff, right? Compared to me at 52. We still do some stuff. I mean, and it's good. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is, but comparison-wise, you know, I can't look at somebody who's been in church as long as I've been doing this, and maybe some of the progress that they have made as a community. They serving their group. They taking care. They got their tribe. Let's just say they got their tribe. How do we provide our people with what they provide their people, so our people maintain being connected to us? Because they fall out in church all the time. They fall out. Yes, they do. They fall out. They fight. Blah, blah, blah. Right? But something about some of these larger churches we have to really look at and see, what are they doing to maintain this level of membership and that level of impact in our community, so that when the city is looking for community leaders, theirs are some of the first names that pop up. That or institutions that were set up by groups that didn't have our best interests at heart in the first place, in many cases. So once again, the call-in line is open, 614-556-4535. Let's talk about it. Let's come on, run it down. Don't let me be up here by myself. And if I am by myself, you know, like I said, I give a couple more minutes. If not, I just let y'all rest on what I said, and maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. Then no pressure, no pressure. You know what I'm saying? I still got to do this ambrosia stuff. Me and my girls, we need to go and take a trip. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girls going to take a trip. You know what I'm saying? Also, so while we waiting possibly for somebody to call in, let's go and look at some of this news. Because there's other lessons out here that we need to learn. Where is, Lord have mercy. This is what I'm talking about. I know I set this up. Want to go to, so it's facebook.com/Gye-Nyame Journey. You don't even need the media. It's just Gye-Nyame Journey. They never add the media. Oh, they added at the, okay, I see. Anyway, we're going to go to post. So the plan for the day is, of course, we have to get ready for DigiFest. So what I was trying to do yesterday was I called Elder Tony, and I sent him a link. And one of the things I'm noticing is that a lot of our elders have problems with links. So one of the things I need to do today is do a demonstration video on what, you know, kind of what's a link. So I got to figure out how to do that, because, you know, it's like, if especially long links, they like, well, which part do I push? Just push the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and also I'm working on getting the DigiFest, because the way we're going to film the video during the DigiFest is going to be a little bit different. So I want to do some experiments to make sure that this is the method that we're going to use. So you're going to be able to see some of the stuff during the punk. And if, unless you used to stuff like this, it's really not going to make a difference for you. But like those of you that's really into like the video and stuff, you're going to see what's going on, because I'm trying to do something that's it's supposed to be low latency, so it won't be very little delay, so that we be able to, conversate from, if somebody in China, we better pull it up and be able to conversate without any latency on there. All right. There I go looking crazy. Where we at? Okay, we got 2 viewers on there. Damn, 95 people reached. 21 engagements, 1 share. Thank you to the person who shared. Who's sharing? Who's sharing? I ain't going to put them on the spot. But family, go on, push, like, subscribe, and of course, share. The more we share our stuff, the more it gets out there. All right, but there's some news up here that we need to go on and talk about. All right. Here's another lesson. Buffalo officers quit special team after 2 officers suspended for allegedly shoving a 75-year-old to the ground. Not only they shoved him, he cracked his head and it started bleeding. And I guess they just stepped over the tail blood. Get out the way, old dude. Look at him. I'm just saying. But now, you got, and I wanted the Buffalo officers quit. Let's see how many. Because, family, listen. These are the people that's in the sense that we have to wait until the contract is over before we take action, right? And I'm saying we can dissolve the contract because they are breaking all types of rules. When you break a rule in a contract, the contract is able to be dissolved and either discarded or renegotiated. So we got 57 police officers in Buffalo, New York, have resigned from the force's emergency response team following the suspension of 2 officers who allegedly pushed a 75-year-old protester to the ground, a source close to the situation said Friday. Now, are they concerned about whether these dudes broke the law? Are they concerned about whether or not these guys were right or wrong? No. All they know is that 2 of their brothers have been punished, and they are standing up as a group and saying, hell no. Now, I don't agree with what they're doing, but the concept of what they're doing is something I think that we could learn a lot from. Incredible. You know what I'm saying? 75 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's my mama's age. So that means if my mom was out there, I mean, we already seen what they did with Joyce Beatty, and she ain't no spring chicken. We already heard what they did with Kwame's sister. You know what I'm saying? It's like these individuals are breaking, they pulled out the Constitution, pulled out their wee-wees, and all are peeing on it in a unified front. And we got to sit up here and be like, can we please renegotiate and have a civilian oversight board over you? No. That ain't what we supposed to be doing. We need to be telling them what's going to happen. And then on top of that, let me say this. In Columbus, we negotiate with the Fraternal Order of Police. We have a fraternal order, a secret society that is negotiating the contracts for the police department. And we have to kowtow to them. Are you serious? What other field, what other profession could do that shit? Come on now. It's time for us to really relook at what we call the police force. Because right now what we have individuals who are not loyal to the people, who have access to guns and bullets that's been bought and paid for by our tax money. We have an occupying force right now. Come on, family. Come on, family. We got to discuss it, because this is real. And if we don't handle this in our lifetimes, it will come back on our babies. Now, I don't know about some of y'all, but I ain't got no money to go nowhere else. And if I did have money to go nowhere else, I don't have nowhere else to go. The only home I have ever known, and that my people have ever known, outside of going into ancient history, is here I done buried all my people here. So I don't have the luxury of talking about I'm going to go stay somewhere else. So we need to go on and really have that. We really need to have this conversation, family, because we have to change what's going on here because this shit is unacceptable. And I want you to know that the man that they pushed down was a 75-year-old white man. So I can only imagine what would happen to my mom if she was out there. I can only imagine what could happen to your grandfather or your father for some of you if he was out there. Come on now. We have an occupying force that we are paying tax dollars to kowtow to all over this country. And a majority of the ones here in Columbus don't even live in Columbus, family. Imagine being one of those officers that are downtown beefing with some of those young people down there, and your ass had to go home in that neighborhood. Do you think some of this shit would be going down? Do you think that a lot of shit and as many of us would be getting knocked off as we are if we put in a contract that every police officer or a percentage of the police officers have to live in the city of Columbus? Hell, we can even get more specific. If you patrol a certain area, you have to live in that area. Oh, that's dangerous. Why? They got guns. Right? They're police officers. The police have historically been off limits for all criminal organizations because they know they will bring down the heat of the biggest gang, the sanctioned gang of the state. Nobody want that beef. And usually the person that do want that beef is usually a loner or is just so stupid that he was going to kill somebody anyway. Video of the, all right, let's go on down. I want to go to, here we go. The demonstration in Niagara Square were like those across the country calling for racial justice after the killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis police custody. The 57 officers resigned from the emergency unit, but not from the force. The Buffalo's mayor's office told CNN that the 57 members that resigned from the unit make up the entire active emergency response team. So now, let me ask you a question. Is a police officer not an essential worker? So you mean to tell me that the mayor of New York City can't demand that all 57 of these individuals get their ass back up to work? They're essential workers. How the fuck they get the choice? You chose to be an officer for a certain city, and you need to represent that city at all times. What you mean you resign? Get your ass up. You can resign after this shit is done. And by the way, don't put your hands on nobody else. What? I mean, is it hard? Or is it just me? I don't know. A few members of the unit are out currently and are not included in the 57 that resigned, according to the mayor's office. 57 resigned in disgust because of the treatment of two of their members who were simply executing orders. So who gave the orders? So they was ordered to push the old man down? Okay. I mean, I want y'all to hear what's being said here, because accordingly, we're not intelligent enough to know that following orders, because I want y'all to understand that during the Holocaust, the soldiers were simply following orders. Brother Kwame say Ronald Reagan made the air traffic controllers work through what was supposed to be their strike. Why not for the police officers? I agree 100%. I agree 100%. All right? 57 resigned in disgust because of treatment of their 2 members who were simply executing orders. We talked about that order shit. Buffalo Police Benevolent Association President John Evans told RGRZ on Friday. WKBW also reported news of the resignations. The man's identity, Martin Gugino, was confirmed by Cuomo's office. Gugino is hospitalized in serious but stable conditions, authorities said. So these motherfuckers was ordered to push down a 75-year-old man that was protesting for justice and protesting against police brutality. And these motherfuckers wasn't intelligent enough to know that by pushing him down and hurting him, that they were doing nothing but throwing gasoline on the fire. So maybe they do need to resign. You know, maybe there's some jobs for motherfuckers that can't think like that. I don't know. I mean, because I would think that require. I mean, I'm thinking that that didn't require too much thought. People are protesting against police brutality, and you brutalize a 75-year-old man. Is that just me, or is that stupid? That's another level of stupid. That's shamefully stupid. An attorney representing Gugino released a statement saying, and he's going to cost the city of Buffalo, and they're going to cost the city of Buffalo some money. So maybe they might need to let him go because that salary that they was going to pay to them, because they walked off the job, which means that they eliminated their contract. You can use that money to pay this old man because he about to get paid. An attorney representing Gugino released a statement saying Gugino is alert and oriented and described him as a longtime peaceful protester and human rights advocate. Mr. Gugino requests privacy for himself and the family as he recovers, said Kelly V. Zeroni, one or the other. He appreciates all the well wishes he has received and requests that any further protests continue to be peaceful. Let's go and stop. Y'all go and read the rest of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel sorry for stupid. I really don't. And y'all need to stop feeling sorry for stupid too. That was stupid. And what these police officers are doing is stupid. So we're going to resign regardless of whether they were right or wrong. You're not even going to ask for the right. They didn't even ask for justice for their brothers. They just resigned because of the disgusting, what they used, the disgusting way that our 2 of our members are being dealt with. Now I wanted to. We're gonna hit on this for a second. Jim Cramer, CNBC.com. The pandemic led to one of the greatest wealth transfers in history. Brother Kwame said, must discuss urban warfare. Who trained them? Police, and what is mind state of officers? But we got to be clear. If they are out there in an urban warfare state of mind, they have already declared the people the enemy. They shouldn't be approaching this like that. But if that's the training they're receiving, Brother Kwame, God help all of us. Jim Cramer. The pandemic led to one of the greatest wealth transfer in history. Let's go and look at this. Because somebody making some money, y'all. We're gonna look at the key points. The coronavirus pandemic has produced one of the greatest wealth transfer in history. CNBC Jim Cramer said, the bigger the business, the more it moves the major averages. And that matters because this is the first recession where big business is coming through virtually unscathed, the Mad Money host said. I think we're looking at a V-shaped recovery in the stock market. And that has almost nothing to do with a V-shaped recovery in the economy. So the stock market is recovering, but America is not. Hold on. Let's go down. Let's see what this man talking about. The coronavirus corresponding lockdown made way for one of the greatest wealth transfers in history. The stock market is rising as big business rebound from state order stoppage of non-essential activity, while small business drop like flies. The bigger the business, the more it moves the major averages, and that matters because this is the first recession where big business is coming through virtually unscathed, if not going for the gold. I understand that big business just through the coronavirus made 500, when you combine it, $500 billion. Which, by the way, I need to go and announce this. Which, right, would fit if we looked at 40 acres and a mule today, and I think they estimated it was about 2 to 3 million of us. The numbers I see are like $6.4 trillion. If you take $6.4 trillion and break it up into a 20-year payment, legacy payment. So that means that if I die tomorrow, the payments that I will receive will be split between all of the survivors that are behind me. So this means that if we look at $6.4 trillion, because, if you look at how much it was back then and you add the interest and all that, about $6.4 trillion. Now, some people say higher figures. And we break it up into 20-year payments, because we'll take payments. You know what I'm saying? We don't want dummies up in Congress and the White House talking about we can't afford that. Well, you make payments like black folks have been doing for a very long time. Of course, we got to throw on some interest on that over the amount of time that's going to take for you to pay it off. And we'll be fair with you. We'll give you some of the same interest rates that y'all gave us over time. But anyway, if you take that $6.4 trillion, you break it up into 20 parts, you're going to come up with somewhere around $300 billion. So what these individuals just made during the coronavirus could be the first payment in a reparation system. What's up? Yes. Where's that? Oh. The first payment in a reparations in a yearly cycle, you have to pay somewhere around $300 billion per year. Now, what I'm thinking is that money would not be mailed to the individual families. That money would be funneled through black banks, which means that all of the black banks that exist right now, that are legit banks, will receive an infusion of money, so that when one of their depositors that can prove that they are ADOS enters the bank or becomes a member of that bank, they can either draw all their money out or they can allow that money to rest in that bank, which would spur some economic growth in our community, because now these banks have $300 billion per year to split, because the money is coming directly through them. Now they will be able to take loans, because everybody ain't gonna take all their money out. Everybody ain't gonna go crazy like that. But the figure will break down to somewhere around $200 some odd $1,000 for each of us after the 20 years, because I think it breaks down to like $10,000 a year, which for those of us that's out here doing our goddamn thing, $10,000 a year can go a long way to building wealth, generational wealth. I'm just saying. But anyway, they made $500 some odd billion. That came over my mind. Y'all know how I am. The comments after Wall Street took a breather during a mixed day of trading in the midst of the hopes of a quick recovery from the pandemic. The Dow Jones Industrial ticked up almost 12 points to $26,281.82. That means if you was to buy one of those, that's how much it would cost. But if you really want to see an interesting price, check out Berkshire Hathaway's stock price. During the session, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ composite both finished the day in the red by less than 1%. Investors reacted to the worse than predicted economic data ahead of May jobs report Friday. The Labor Department reported on Thursday that new jobless claims the past week came in at 1.877 million, while experts expected a read of 1.775 million claims. Despite the ongoing economic woes, the S&P index of 500 large cap company, which is considered a benchmark for the stock market, is within striking distance of its next levels from the start of the trading year. Since bottoming near 2,191 in March, the index is up about 42%. So this means money is going into the coffers. Whose coffers? Not ours. The tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 has recovered all of its losses from the coronavirus meltdown and set a new high on Thursday. Many investors are betting on a V-shaped economic recovery, Kramer said. Okay, we're going to see. Y'all going to finish reading that for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to finish reading that for yourself, family. I'm like, all right. Let's see. That's my ADO. Let me get that off of there. Hold on. Do I got the right screen on? Yes, I do. All right. Governor DeWine says Ohio National Guard members suspended for expressing white supremacist views. They don't tell you the rank of this individual. They just suspended him. Now, let me say this to you. Depending on the rank of the individual, and because they made it up to the level of the government, this is a high-ranking individual, which means he had influence on a number of individuals, which means that it's a possibility that the monthly meetings that they were having at their National Guard headquarters was basically a Klan rally that was being paid for by the state. So we need further investigation. I'm going to leave that one alone. You're going to read that one for yourself, because right now I got beef with the National Guard. And somebody put on here, Jerry Jefferson, he said he should be fired, period. I agree, but we need to have an extensive look at the unit, because what people don't understand about the National Guard is that the National Guard do meet monthly, but there's, how can I put it? It is a perfect place. Think about it. You get paid to go to a place where you can actually practice organizing against those, militarily organizing against those that you don't believe belong in this country. So if this individual is a high-ranking individual, who was the officers and the NCOs up under them? You like they do that connection tracking with Corona. They need to do that connection tracking with this dude. All right, let's keep it moving. Nobody calling in 614-556-4535, but that's cool. But anyway, family, I just want to show y'all some of the numbers from yesterday. This is the NIA food for thought. Y'all got me 400. Y'all helped me reach 485 people. 111 engagements. That means people at least looked at it for 3 seconds or something like that. But y'all got 100. We got 132 views, 9 shares with only 4 comments. I need y'all to understand how important it is to what we're doing when we start sharing the content that we love. I just thank you. I want to thank each and every last one of y'all. Right? So we're going to end because nobody. What? Oh, wait. Are you about to? All right. But anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. And this is let me give you the other one. This is Tribal Quotes. We did 33 views. We had 1 share. See, 1 share brings you, in most cases, just double digits. This right here, when we get double digits on this, we get triple to quadruple digits here on the views. But hold on, let's go down. I want to go down to 1 more. Let's go to Ujuma. Wow, they must have took it off of here. We must have violated some type of rule. They must have took it off. Tribal Quotes. There we go. Oh, this Digi TV. Y'all, we got 157 views, 10 shares. I didn't know y'all like Digi TV like that. But anyway, family, I ain't going to go no farther, but I want to thank y'all for all the support. I want to thank all of the supporting members, right? As a matter of fact, let's go and give them all a shout out right now. Hold on. Where we at? Opening scene. We want to send shots out to Don. Let's start with. Here we go. Brother Illumala from Zawadi Books, Loretta Burrows, Mama Margarita, the Kelsey family, Elder Tony and Aziza West, Elder Phil Haynes, Elder Phyllis Hairston Ransom, Charles Campbell, Katie Sheckham Ankh Majar, Elder Alona Edwards, Madonna Hill, Lisa Todd, Don Magugo, Charles Stevenson, Khalifa Judge, and Angela Mateen. Family, get your name on. Get your name up there. Become a supporter of Gye-Nyame Journey. You could simply just follow these instructions right here. It'll be up in a second. Oh, it's coming up. Damn, I'm good.
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift. Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black? Too strong? Yeah. We were born to be great. Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black? We were born to be great.
Go to GNJmedia.live. My fault, GNJmedia.support. GNJmedia.support. All right, for those on Spreaker right now, we have a silent commercial. We're gonna update this. I just waiting for the next one. Next one to have music or something on it to keep you entertained. But it's cool. It'll be over in a second, and then y'all have some sound.
AYIMBUBE is an acronym, Mind, Body, and Universal Balance Empowerment Institute. It is also Zulu. It means lion, of course. With that, we're working with resiliency. We're working with trauma-informed care. With all of the mind-body connections that we need to not only address so many of our ills, but also to heal from them. There's no one giant step that does it. It's a lot of little steps. Author unknown. How do you regulate? Yoga, meditation, and Bube. Mind-body universal balance empowerment. We're waiting for you. How do you regulate?